dumpling and butter, rice and butter, whatever it is. Food, not every day I'm going to eat like that, but if that is what I have, that is what I'm going to eat. Pray about it and give God thanks, because my situation could be worse. Welcome back to my channel. This is Choices by Kim, and as you can see, today I'm at a different section of the house because one of my struggles or problems with lighting. So based on how my apartment is set up, I don't have like this bright natural light, and sometimes even when the light is on, the quality of my video is still not good. And this is also evident in the last video that I post regarding a productive day in my life. As you can see in that video, the introduction was like odd, but I'm like, okay, everybody in life have constraints, so sometimes you just have to work with your constraints until better come, and definitely better will come. I did buy a tripod with light, but when the tripod came, the light wasn't working. I disputed. I informed the seller, but the seller did not take me on, as Trinidadians would say. So I'm now on my own to get a new light, which I will do in due time. But you know, in life you have to prioritize, and there are other important things that I need to take care of financially. So right now I'm not going to buy a light, but soon. So for now, I'll brainstorm with what I have and try to be creative. You know, people on our own, we have to think outside of the box. We have to be innovative and do what works best for you. I realize that sometimes when I do my videos without scripting or writing what I want to say, I tend to be all over the place. Even I myself is so confused. So what I've done, or what I think I'll be doing going forward, is to ensure that I make some notes, you know, so that, you know, I can follow my objectives and ensure that my video will be more flowing, so to speak. So today I am going to talk about minimum wage, beating the recession, surviving on a minimum wage. This place is so hot, so I'm like sweating. But yes, I'm still going to talk about this topic. It is very, very hard to beat the recession because sometimes things are very unpredictable. Today you might see a growth in the economy, you might see a growth in your personal life, in your personal development, and then tomorrow that growth is gone. You don't know where it is. So today I'm going to talk about this topic, which should be on everybody's list: budgeting, the recession, inflation. No matter how you take it, it is very, very hard right now for economies to grow, knowing that all the countries right now in the world are trying to recover from this. You know what happened 2 years ago when the entire world was in a lockdown. And because of that, the prices of food is climbing, gas prices climbing, and once gas price increase, everything else, or most likely 90% of everything else, will increase. Because when you look at the manufacturing industry, it cannot run without fuel. So gas is needed in everything. Once it involves production, it will involve some form of fluid or gas. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but once gas prices increase, everything else will increase. So automatically food prices will go up. I mean, like, you try to avoid something, but at the end of the day, it still reaches you. So it's in a situation like this, you just cannot avoid it. You just have to find means and way how to deal with inflation, how to deal with the global changes that are happening. One of the global changes that is happening all over the world every day, even before I born, inflation. Inflation is getting higher and higher and higher. Everybody is complaining. In the past 2 years that we had the lockdown, as you can see, food prices climbing higher, and our salary is at the same level. So therefore, you are paying more from that small salary to get the same item, or sometimes more for less, because some of the companies, they might change up the packages and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if you look at things carefully, you realize that it's just a change in the package, because sometimes the quantity in these products are less. For example, the snacks, our favorite snacks. Sometimes you buy these snacks, is a bag of hair, nothing is in it, and you're paying more for less. That is just like a perfect example. With this whole idea of budgeting, I just want to say thank you for all the persons who are interacting with my video, and special thank you to my Jamaican colleague. I think his name is David Scott, and Jason from Trinidad, somewhere in Chiguanas. Because I remember I comment on the video and I said, where are you from? And he said he's currently in Chiguanas. So Jason and David, big up to you, because these two always comparing the economy. They're making these comments on my video, so I'm glad to know that somebody is talking about these things. Also, I'm glad to know that even though I wasn't talking about these things in the video, they bring it across. But that's their opinion. You cannot beat people for their opinion. Yes. So guys, before I get any further, I just want to say thank you so much for subscribing. I don't know why I stuttered so much. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for interacting with the videos. It really means a lot to me. It also means a lot to the YouTube algorithm, because this is all YouTube promotes the videos. So I am a new YouTuber, content creator. I'm new to this. This is like my third or fourth month now doing this. I still have a lot of things to learn. I know people will comment on my video, you need to do this, you need to do that. Yes, I will do it, but it takes time, my darling. It takes time, because I am teaching myself these things. As I said, I had no prior knowledge, so I have to be researching stuff. And right now YouTube is my university as well, because I will go on YouTube and I will type in how to do a thumbnail, how to do a YouTube banner. Right now I don't have a banner, but yeah, I'm trying to get one. So there's a lot of things in the making that I'm trying to do, but it takes time. So guys, please, I'm asking you, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and of course interact with the video. Watch the videos to the end. So back to budgeting now, beating the recession and surviving on a minimum wage. A lot of us earn minimum wage, including myself, unfortunately, but it is the truth. We work so hard, but yet the little money that we get, we just cannot see where it goes, because a lot of us, our expenditure is more than our income. So when you're in a situation like that, you'll always have problems, like a lot of countries. But I am in the Caribbean, so I'll talk about the Caribbean. A lot of countries, example, Caribbean countries, they borrow more than what they earn. When you find yourself in a situation like this, you will always be in problem, because sometimes you borrow money to pay one debt, and as you get the money, you have to pay another debt. So sometimes the things that you should do for yourself or for your family, you just cannot do it, because you're just, as people would say, living not even paycheck to paycheck. Because sometimes when you get your paycheck finish even before you actually get it in your hands. Yes, it is the reality of a lot of people, including myself. But I know how to survive. I'm a Caribbean girl. I grew up knowing how to fight my own battles, and I'm still fighting them, and I know how to survive. So I am going to share with you how I stretch my minimum wage income. So I have this book. If you see me looking down, I made my notes, okay? Lord have mercy, the dogs. Guys, sorry about those dogs. I just cannot, as I tell you, recording is an issue. Sometimes I always have to be competing with something. This is how I survive on a minimum wage. Number one, make your money go further. Sometimes you might ask yourself, how am I going to let my money go further when I'm only earning, for example, $1,000 per week? That's a lot of money for some people, and for some it is like nothing. So you're going to ask yourself this question: how am I going to let this money go further? This is how I let my money go further. As you can see in my videos, I do go to the market. I tend to go to the market every 2 weeks. When I find myself with extra disposable income, I might go every week. Yes, I love food. It might not show on me, but I love to eat. When you go to the market comparing to the supermarket, right now you have supermarkets, I call them all-in-one. The all-in-one supermarket, everything is in one location. Some supermarket have pharmacy, you have clothing store, shoe store, everything. You go to the supermarket, you can get everything right there. And of course, you're paying for convenience, right? So you know that you go and you don't have to be in the sun. You have AC, you have everything convenient for you. So yes, you need value for money, but you also have to pay for value, right? Nothing in life is free, and some things in life doesn't really come so easily, right? When I go to the market, I normally get my provisions, my fruits and my vegetable. And these provisions, fruits and vegetable, most times they are more fresher when you go to the market comparing to the supermarket. The sellers or the persons in the market, once you have this good relationship and they know that you're coming, depending on what you normally buy from them, they will also save it for you. No matter how simple it is, even it is dumpling and butter, rice and butter, whatever it is my food. I'm going to cook my food. Not every day I'm going to eat like that, but if that is what I have, that is what I'm going to eat. Pray about it and give God thanks, because my situation could be worse. I ensure that I prepare home cooked meals. When I prepare home cooked meals, I'm not a chef, but I can help myself in the kitchen. It is much healthier. I know what I'm putting into my food. I'm the one who prepare it. Now that I'm knowledgeable about choosing food and how to prepare food to maintain nutrients and to eat healthier, I am trying to live that lifestyle now, or to practice these things. No, I'm not perfect, so I try to reduce the amount of salt and sugar in my diet. I am currently on this journey. I'm not there right now, but I think I'm like 80%, because sometimes I feel like to eat or drink something sweet, and sometimes I overindulge. So yes, that is one of my weaknesses that I'm working on right now. Also, what I've done to save money, this will not work for everybody. Do you see how simple I am? I do not buy clothes. I do not go out. I am not going to say that you should not go out. My going out is, for example, go to the park. If I'm extremely bored at home, I live close to a savannah, so from time to time I might just go and watch people exercise and they play football, and just go and take some fresh air and get out of the house. Yeah, I thought I hear some, because I'm home alone. And I find it refreshing, because when I walk I am burning calories. I don't watch TV. I read a lot, so I tend to read the news in Jamaica a lot, and in Trinidad and any other country that is of interest to me. Right now, the economy in Dubai. I hope Jason and David don't attack me for this. The economy in Dubai is interesting to me, so from time to time I will do my research about things in the Middle East. I just need to change up my style, so that is why I tie my head with this, and I wear this pink thing to let it look more matching. Yes. So this is my little way of being creative. I know a lot of persons may not agree with me, but guess what? I am living within my means. I don't borrow or beg to live a lifestyle to please people. I will borrow and beg to do things that are considered a need. You know, you have some persons who will just go and they have their last money and they buy clothes, they buy extension, they do nails. That is not a need when you're on a budget. Also, what I do to save money, I am my own hairdresser. I have natural hair. Most time my hair is in a bun, or most times I cane roll in two. Cane roll is the same thing as cornrow, right? But you know, we Caribbean people always try to be creative and we change up things a lot. So we say cane roll, but it is cornrow, right? So it is in two. I do my own nails, so both hand and feet. I do all. I do my own facial. I buy these little, facial scrubs, and I do my own facial, and I buy my own moisturizer, and I do my own stuff. I am not saying that you should not go to the spa. I do go to the spa, but I haven't been to one a little before COVID, and I don't know when I'm going right now, because as I said, water more than flour. So I have a lot of things that me need money to utilize, which is considered a need, than to do a facial, right? I'm not saying that it is not important. What I'm saying is that you have to prioritize, especially persons who are single parents. I know it can be challenging, especially when you know your child needs something and they keep asking, mommy, 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 I need this, I need that, and you just cannot afford it. So sometimes what you have to do in situations like this, sit down, explain to your child, listen, even though I love you and I really would like to help you, I really would like to give you this, at this moment I don't have it. So when you explain to children and let them understand from early what the situation is, chances are that they will tend to understand and listen to you. Another way how I survive on a budget, on my little minimum wage pay. Earlier I said I don't buy clothes, I don't really go out to party, I'm not a party girl, I'm like a home girl. I stay home, I'm always reading, I always have something to do, apart from when I'm not working. So it's either work or home. And all my fun is in my apartment, to be honest. People is like, what type of lifestyle is this? It is okay for me. I don't have a problem with it. And I am used to it. No, I'm not depressed. I'm used to it. Right now, based on my lifestyle, I don't have anywhere to go apart from work, the supermarket or the market, unfortunately, but it is true. So 2 jeans pants and 5 tops is good for me. All my belongings right now is in 2 suitcases. So I am good for now. In life you have to prioritize, and that is what I'm doing right now. I am on a journey, and I will share more with you as time goes by. But if you need to understand more about me, and if you need to know more about this journey, you need to subscribe and watch all the videos to the end. I am here in Trinidad and Tobago. When I came here, I didn't came to anyone. I didn't know anyone. I just take a big risk and I just get up and come. Right? And I did this in several other countries. I went to Mexico on my own. I was in Mexico for a period of time, yeah. And I did it on my own. I don't even speak Spanish. Yes, I like to take those little risks, you know. Explore, discover the world, because there is more to the world than Jamaica, Montego Bay, which I am from, and the major city, Kingston. And there's also more to the world than Trinidad and Tobago, Port of Spain, or wherever I may go. Right now, I don't do that because I'm working on something that is more long term. I'll tell you more about that. Another way how I save money in this apartment, it is a 2-bedroom apartment. I have a roommate. I know a lot of persons cannot do this because they have family, they are in a committed relationship, and some persons just do not want somebody in their space. Well, nobody don't want anybody in their space, so to speak. But sometimes, you know, when you find yourself in a situation, if this is the best way out, this is what you're going to do. So I have a roommate. We split the rent 50-50. Everything is 50-50, and so far it is good. We are saving money. Yes, there will be differences. Another way how you can save money, and a lot of person can save money, is take a look at your spending. A lot of times spend money on things that they don't need. For example, you might go to the market, the supermarket, or the clothing store, and you said, I'm going for 1 item. You come back out with 5 bags, 10 bags, and you're going for 1 item. That happened to me sometimes when I find myself with extra money, because if I don't have money, I cannot buy. So sometimes I will say, you know, I'm going to the grocery, I'm just going for a juice. I come out back with a bag, and I'm going for 1 juice. And some of the time, the things that people might buy, you already have it at home. Or sometimes the things that you buy, you don't really need it. You just see it and it might look appealing to the eyes, and you say, oh, I never seen this before, I've never eaten this before, I like this style, I like this pants, it look cute, let me get it. And at the end of the day, when you get it, you might have it for 2-3 years, you may never wear it, you may never use the item. And then you realize that, you know what, it is not a need. Sometimes you have it and you totally forget about it. That is why I said you have to look at your spending. Even though you're earning a minimum wage, I know this is hard for a lot of persons to do, especially if you're a single mother, and especially if you have more than 1 children, right? And especially, well, I'm not going to say especially, but everybody knows their situation, and sometimes it's very hard to do, but try. No matter how small it is, try. Try to save something out of your pay. For me, I remember a friend of mine said to me, girl, you're always drinking water, you soon turn fish. And she always drinking a soft drink. I said, my water is more healthier than your soft drink. It may not taste as good as your soft drink, but it's much healthier. Everywhere I'm going, even if I'm going to the market, sometimes in the market the sun might get a little bit warm. Instead of buying a water for $5, yes, it is $5 and it is small money. But remember, that same $5, you can save that same $5 and use it to do something else. Remember in a previous video that I did, the topic of that video was like, help, I'm starving, something like that. My man is not taking care of me, because of the assumption that people was making about me. And remember, people will always make assumptions, but it's how you deal with the situation, right? So they said that I'm always walking, which is true. Once I can walk somewhere, I will walk. I remember, I'm not saying that you should do it, but I do it based on my mood and the time is cool. I remember walking from San Juan to Port of Spain, and I walked from Carib to San Juan already. So it's a good walk. Yes, I sweat and I burned some calories, and I came home, drink some water, take a bath, and go and take a nap. Nice way to burn calories, right? So when I walk my little distance from work, if I walk every day, I save $5, 5, 25. And if I work 6 days or 7 days, right there it is $30 to $35. And if you do that every day, how many money you would make in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or even a year? Right now, well, I spent it few weeks ago. I was at like $700 and something just by walking. Oh, I save too when I drink all those water all the time. I'll tell myself that normally I'll buy a soft drink, and a soft drink sometimes is like for $5 or $7, so depending on which one. So what I will do, I will save that $5 or $7, and I will tell myself, if I buy that soft drink, I would have spent that $7, and each day I drank that water, I saved that money that I would use to buy the drink or the juice. I save all my coins. You see those 5 cents, 10 cents, and 25 cents? Sometimes you're going to the grocery, you're going to these little shops or stores, and people leave all those 10 cents, 5 cents, and 25 cents. You know what I do with them? I save them, and whenever I go to the grocery, they are the first I spend. I normally told the cashier that I have coins. In Jamaica we say silver. Some persons don't like to count them, which I understand, because at the end of the day, to check off that cash register and you have so many coins to count, it can be a bit frustrating. I understand, especially when you have a long day, a bad day, and you just want to go home at the end of your shift and to count all that coins. So what I normally do, I normally inform them that, listen, I have coins. Is that okay with you? They will say, come. You know, some of them will frown, while some will say, go in the next line. But it is money and it has value. So either I am going to spend it. These are some of the little ways that I survive here without any support, without any family, without anybody. I used the austerity lifestyle. I'm not the worst, but I know how to survive in hard times. I'm telling you, I've been there and done that. It's not something that I will brag about or boast about, because, as I said, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. But life goes on. What you're going to do? Give up on life? Whenever you give up, that is the end of life, you know. Because anything can happen to you. Fight. You have to fight. You have to fight it. One day, something might work out for you. Another way how I survive on a budget. Yeah, I'm going to show you something, guys. Another way how I survive on a budget, you have to be creative with what you have, and whatever you have, let it work for you and stretch it as far as you can. You see this? Shea butter, right? It's almost finished. It's almost finished. So this shea butter, it is with pure cocoa shea butter. This is for $60 in Pennywise, right? And based on my research, this is very good. I don't know if I can find the bottle, but I buy a vitamin E oil and I mix it in this, and I use this as a moisturizer for my skin, and it goes a long way. I even use it on my lips. And this one now, sorry, we say 100% African shea butter, creamy. I use this all over my body, and I also use it in my hair to moisturize my hair. So it comes in handy. I use it as a lip balm, I use it as a hair moisturizer, and I use it also as a skin moisturizer. You see how one product can be used for 3 different things. The shea butter. This is just an example. Another way how I save money, a lot of people say that I'm mean, but guess what? You can say that, but at least I don't come to you and complain and nagging you that I need this and I need that and asking for loans. No, I don't do that. Because at the end of the day, when I don't have, who is there to give me? So that is why I find means and ways of coping and surviving. As I said, what worked for me might not work for you. You see this? I have this soap like maybe almost a month now. It is eye foaming salt powder laundry detergent, right? Sometimes when I don't have any shampoo, this is what do the job. And then my shea butter for detangling and moisturizing, and it is doing a good job. Instead of buying dishwashing liquid, this is what I use to wash my clothes, clean my bathroom, and wash the dishes. One product serving more than one purposes, with a little bleach. I don't buy the expensive tile cleaners, bathroom cleaners, toilet bowl cleaners, and all those stuff. No, bleach and soap for everything. Bleach and soap mop the house. Bleach clear any germs, and it is doing the job. You see this? This is apple cider vinegar. Alright, this is so powerful. This is like my go-to item whenever I'm not feeling well. This apple cider vinegar. Sometimes I'm feeling a bit puffy, especially if I eat something that I know that I shouldn't eat. Sometimes I don't listen to your body and eat certain things. I'm feeling bloated, I'm feeling puffy. This do the job. Also, I use this to detox first thing in the morning in warm water as I get up. And I use this for my dandruff in my ear. I put it in my rinsing water. So no dirty ear around here. Sorry about that. So no dirty ear around here. Whatever you have, let it work for you. So from time to time my scalp will itch and I have these little white thing in my hair. I know people call it dandruff. My mother said it is dry scalp. So I don't know which one it is, but I know it do itch. So based on my Google research, you know I like to Google, put apple cider in your rinsing water and you use that to rinse your hair and let it stay in it until the next wash day. So this is what I use to cleanse my face. I dilute it with water and I use it as a tone on my face. This product, you see this one product, you see where it's served for more than one purpose. I use it as a solution in my hair to rinse my hair. I use it for detoxing and I use it as a tone on my face. You have to be creative. So what I've learned in life, when something is not a need, you don't have to spend money on it. Food is essential. Spend money on food. You only have one body, so you need to take care of that one body. So yes, you will see that I do a lot of food videos. And most times when I go to the supermarket, that food might look a little, but that food most times goes for 1 month or 2 months. How do I stretch my food? I'm going to tell you how I survive on my minimum wage here in Trinidad and Tobago by stretching my food. As I said, this might not work for you, but it works for me. And a lot of people thought that, oh, you're so slim, you're anorexic. Right now, a lot of persons that audition to look just as slim as me. I do appreciate myself for how God made me, so I don't listen to people. Once I am okay, naysayers can always talk. Now that I got a little knowledge how to eat less to keep you fuller for longer, I am now practicing these things. Oats, believe it or not, oats contain a lot of fiber. It is very filling, so I'm always making oats smoothie. I don't like oats porridge. Is it smoothie or punch? I think it is punch. Smoothie is like a juice thing. So in my punch, alright? And I try to make my punch as healthy as possible. So sometimes I put in a little yogurt, sometimes I put in ripe banana, and I don't use any sugar. I use dates because dates is a natural sweetener. I don't use any milk and those stuff. Furthermore, I don't even like milk. I use plain old water to make my punch. So I use water, dates, ripe banana or yogurt, and if I have flaxseed or chia seed, I will add it to it. And that's a complete meal right there. If I eat that in the morning, I know that is keeping me until past lunchtime because it keeps you full. Or another meal that I always prepare that keep me fuller for longer is potatoes. You see in my last video where I said having a productive day, cleaning and eating. I went to the market and I get those potatoes. What I will do, I'll put those potatoes in some water to soak and I will get that scratch bright and I will rub them as pretty as possible. Wash them off pretty. I bake them or cook them with the skin. Eating the potatoes with the skin keep you fuller for longer. It is much healthier. It is much better than the potato chips, which is a byproduct of the potato. I know it's not healthy, but I'll bake a potato in the microwave. I don't have a toaster oven. And I cannot light the oven just for one potato. So I put it in the microwave. And I bake it and I just add some cheese to it. And tuna, I'm telling you, one baked potato with some cheese and some tuna. This tuna. So half of this and one potato, and it keeps me full for the entire evening. That is my dinner with a cup of water. When it is bedtime, I just brush my teeth and I'm going to bed. And that keeps me full for the entire night until in the morning when I have my oats again. I'm not saying that I do not snack. I do snack. But what I'm saying, there are times when I might find myself with extra money and I want to treat myself and I will go and get those snacks and stuff. But when I realize that listen, I have $100 and this $100 need to serve or last until the month. I have to make it work, and it do work. When I have little, I will stretch it, and when I have extra, I treat myself. And at the same time, I'm also going to bear in mind that I have other things that are considered more important. So whatever I'm doing, I need to be careful with the spending. That's it for this video. As I said, some of the things that I share, it may not work for you, but guess what? When you find yourself in a situation and you have no other way out, you're not going to steal. You're not going to commit any crime for the police to come looking after you, and every day you're walking and looking behind your back, spoil your reputation, all because you did not think outside of the box and learn to be creative. So I'm saying to you today, whatever situation you're going through, there's always a solution. It's just for us to find the solution. And I tell you, I didn't know all these things, and I know these things by just reading, educating myself. Yes, most of the things that I learned is self-taught. Turn on your post notification, because this will tell you whenever I post a video. So you need to go and watch it, and please watch to the end. All right, I cannot do it on my own, so I need your help, and that is why each video that I make, I keep asking and I keep begging, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, because it really helps me and it helps the YouTube algorithm.